Not all Toronto condos are made equal, and I think some of them are going to massively outperform over the next decade, and some of them are going to disappoint owners for years. Because over the last decade, most people got used to the idea that any condo was a good investment. Good condos went up, average condos went up, even bad condos went up. But I don't think that environment exists anymore. And I think buyers that ignore that reality are going to be making very expensive mistakes. In this video, I'm going to break down 5 types of condos that I personally avoid, why they matter more in today's market, and the framework that I use when helping buyers evaluate properties. Now, these aren't rules, there's always exceptions. But after more than 7 years of helping buyers all across the GTA, I've noticed that the same issues tend to come up over and over again. And I think they're becoming even more important, especially in a market where buyers have much more choices and are becoming more selective. The first type of condo I'd be careful with is a condo with simply a bad layout. And I honestly think this is where a lot of people get fooled because square footage isn't everything. 2 condos can be 650 square feet. While one is spacious, the other one can feel cramped. Long hallways, tiny bedrooms, awkward dens, no room for a dining table, poor natural light. Like, these things matter. And I think they're going to matter even more in this coming decade. Because you're not just buying square footage or price per square footage, you're buying how a home feels. And obviously, more attractive layouts are going to attract more buyers. The second type of condo I would be cautious with is a condo with high maintenance fees. Now, before anybody gets angry, I'm not saying a condo with high maintenance fees automatically makes a condo bad. Sometimes older buildings offer tremendous value, but I think buyers need to understand the math because carrying costs matter. And when maintenance fees start hovering around $1 or exceeding $1 per square feet, the buyer pool shrinks. Investors become less interested and future appreciation can suffer. I think maintenance fees are actually one of the most overlooked variables in real estate. The third type of condo that I'd be careful with is heavily investor-dominated buildings. And we're seeing why right now. When rental markets weaken and investors pull back, those buildings go under tremendous amounts of pressure. Higher turnover, more competition, less community, and more short-term thinking. Now, there are exceptions, but personally, I prefer buildings that attract end users because owners tend to take better care of their properties and communities become more stable. And this one might be the most important and probably the least talked about in the real estate community. Buildings with poor reputations. If there's bad property management, constant elevator problems, poor reserve funds, which a lot of people don't even know how to access that information, Airbnb or short-term rental issues, security concerns, special assessments, all of these things really matter, especially if you're an end user. Because no matter how beautiful your unit is, you don't own the building. You own a percentage of the building. And a poorly run building can affect resale value for years, which is why I encourage buyers to review status certificates carefully and read building reviews. And the 5th type of condo that I'd be careful with is no end user appeal. It's pretty simple because ultimately you have to ask yourself, would somebody actually want to live here? Not invest, live. Because ultimately, and many of you may not believe this, end users drive value, not investors. Things like parking, locker, natural light, south exposure, good amenities, walkability, functional space. Those are the things that create demand, and demand creates value. So what do I actually look for? I focus on 5 things. Number 1, layout. Number 2, maintenance fees. Number 3, building reputation. Number 4, end user appeal. And number 5, location. Because as I mentioned in my last video, quality matters again. And I do not believe that every condo will perform equally over this next decade. They shouldn't. And if you're buying today, I'd spend less time trying to predict interest rates and more time trying to find the property that I can comfortably afford. Because you see how volatile things are. Nobody can predict exactly where interest rates are going to be. Nobody knows exactly where prices are going, but quality tends to win over time, and that's where I'd focus my energy. So those are the 5 types of condos I'd personally be cautious about in today's market. And if you're actually thinking about buying, you're going to enjoy the next video because I'm putting together a home buying guide for 2026, where I'm going to walk through everything I think buyers need to know before making one of the largest financial decisions they'll ever make. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.